This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Silver State Health, Pahrumph's exclusive pediatric care clinic. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Happy Friday, March 26th.
Well, a man involved in a police chase from Pahrump to Las Vegas was featured on the television show Live PD and was supposed to appear for sentencing today, but did not show.
On July 17, 2018, the Nye County Sheriff's Office was contacted by the Las Vegas Metro Police regarding two wanted fugitives that were believed to be staying at the Pahrump Holiday Inn Express. The fugitives were identified as Victor Casillas and Rachel Young. Casillas was wanted for 15 felony warrants, and Young was wanted by Nevada Parole and Probation. The hotel staff recognized the pair from photographs as they were registered under different names. The officers located the rooms that the fugitives were staying in, and body cameras caught the attempted apprehension on tape. When officers tried to get the couple to come out of the hotel room, they heard the sound of breaking glass from inside the room. The suspects were able to flee in a vehicle that was later determined to be stolen out of Las Vegas. The Nye County Sheriff's Office began to pursue the fugitives south on Highway 160 towards Las Vegas. Nevada Highway Patrol and Las Vegas Metropolitan Police assisted in the pursuit. Spike strips were deployed on 2 occasions. Both deployments were successful in deflating the tires, but the vehicle continued on. The chase eventually ended at the intersection of Rainbow and Tropicana in Las Vegas, and the suspects were taken into custody. Upon searching the hotel room in Pahrump, deputies found a forgery lab, including victims' checkbooks, debit and credit cards, passports, banking information, online passwords, computers, printers, laminators, and templates for altering lettering. Both were charged in Nye County with possession of a stolen vehicle, felony property damage, obstruction, obtaining money under false pretenses, possession of credit cards without the owner's consent, possession of drug paraphernalia, and uttering forged instrument. Victor Casillas was scheduled to appear for sentencing today in Judge Wonker's courtroom, but did not show. Casillas' attorney, Daniel Martinez, told the court that he had heard from Casillas and that he was good about communicating. Casillas lives in Reno now and said that he could not afford the trip to Pahrump. The state did not want to continue the case, saying that the cost of a few tanks of gas should not keep Casillas from his sentencing. Judge Wonker said that Casillas gets one more chance to appear. She issued an order to show cause as to why he did not attend and said that Casillas needs to appear for that hearing or she would issue a no-bail bench warrant for his arrest. Judge Wonker said the charges are serious and that Casillas needs to appear in court on April 30th.
A sheriff's office investigation leads to the arrest of one man for alleged crimes against children.
Nye County Sheriff's deputies were investigating a past tense sexual assault within the county. During that investigation, they learned that Gage Allen had been in contact with minors and would sometimes furnish them with vaping pods that contain nicotine and request sexual images from them before giving them the pods. Deputies also learned that Allen was soliciting sex from minor children through Snapchat. Deputies created a Snapchat account using a name that Allen knew. Allen made contact through the account and asked to hang out with him. The reply deputies sent as a fictitious minor stated that my mom would get mad if she knew. Allen began to send sexually explicit messages to the account, requesting sex with the minor and describing sexual acts to perform on him. These Snapchat conversations occurred between February 18th and March 6th. The deputy communicated with Allen that they didn't know how they would get out of the house to meet up with Allen, and he replied that he didn't know the house, so he didn't know the best route, but windows work for a lot of people. Allen made a plan to meet the fictitious minor at Harvey Park in Tonopah on March 6, where they were to carry out the sexual acts that he had described. He was also asked to bring some beer, a blanket, and a blue raspberry ring pop. On March 6th, the deputy posing as a minor received a message from Allen saying, "Go ahead and come on out." Deputies observed a silver four-door sedan parked in the lot. The driver of the vehicle was identified as Gage Allen. He stated that he was at the park to snap and drive around. When deputies approached the vehicle, they observed in plain view a case of beer, a blanket, and a blue raspberry ring pop. When in the patrol vehicle, Allen said that he thought he was meeting a teenage girl to drop off beer for her. Allen was placed under arrest for luring a child with a computer for sex and furnishing a minor with an alcoholic beverage. He was transported back to Tonopah and booked into the Nye County Detention Center without incident.
We've got more News 25 coming up in just a few, so stay with us.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, a number of big companies are facing backlash in China. The number of Americans filing unemployment is now at its lowest level since last March, and airlines are ready to pack more passengers onto their planes.
Tapping our news, trouble in China. A number of retailers, including Nike, are facing backlash and losing business after expressing concerns about reports of forced labor in the cotton industry in China. Chinese websites are cutting ties with Nike along with H&M and Adidas. According to CNBC, some of the retailer comments regarding the forced labor are from last year. Back in the USA, economists are growing more optimistic that the pace of layoffs in America may be slowing down. The latest report from the Labor Department shows 684,000 people recently applied for unemployment benefits. The break below 700,000 is the first since last March. GDP rose at a rate of 4.3%. The airline industry is anxious to pack planes. United is among the airlines adding more flights to popular destinations.
The Office of the Labor Commissioner reminds Nevada employers that the minimum wage will increase effective July 1st, 2021. Assembly Bill 456, passed by the 2019 Nevada legislature, increases the minimum wage in increments of 75 cents annually through 2024. The state of Nevada has a two-tier minimum wage system based on qualifying health benefits being offered to employees. For the period covering July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022, the minimum wage rate is $8.75 per hour if the employee is offered qualifying health benefits, and $9.75 per hour if the employee is not offered qualifying health benefits. An increase in the minimum wage will also increase the daily overtime rates for the same period beginning July 1st, except for those employees exempted from overtime requirements. Employees in Nevada that earn more than 1.5 times the minimum wage for both tiers, $13.125 per hour for those offered health benefits and $14.625 per hour for those not offered health benefits, are eligible for overtime at 1.5 times their regular rate of pay for over 40 hours per week.
Well, an 80-year-old veteran is looking for help repairing the roof of his Pahrump home. Strong winds on Tuesday ripped up a large section of roofing, leaving behind quite a mess and a gaping hole.
Jess Dennis is seeking assistance in cleaning up what's left of his roof after high winds Tuesday ripped off half the roof at his Windsong Lane home. The 80-year-old says he lives at the residence. His daughter, who moved out a year ago, still owns the house. Dennis says the whole house shook and the power went out. When he went outside to see what had happened, he realized the whole front side of his roof had been blown off. The pieces blew over the house and into the backyard, where debris struck the electrical pedestal, knocking out his power. Dennis and his daughter are now awaiting help from the insurance company. Meantime, Dennis says he's concerned about living in a home with half its roof missing. Dennis says he's reached out to some local organizations for help, but right now he's waiting to hear back. Dennis says he and his grandson are working to clean up the debris, but he could use some extra manpower. Of course, in addition to cleaning up, he'll also need help in making repairs to the roof. Anyone interested in assisting Dennis can give him a call at 435-355-0071 or stop by the house at 3761 Windsong Lane.
If you haven't already seen it, there's something new at the corner of Highway 160 and Basin Avenue in Pahrump.
The town of Pahrump has a new, modern digital sign located at Petrick Park. Crews removed the old sign and first started installing the new sign Wednesday. This morning, they were testing the electronic display. The sign was purchased using money from the town's Capital Projects Fund at a total cost of just under $99,000. The sign was built and installed by High Impact Sign and Design out of Henderson. That's the same company that built and installed the digital sign at Highway 160 and Calvada Boulevard. High Impact Sign and Design has worked on a number of projects in Las Vegas, including the large sign atop the new Resorts World Las Vegas, scheduled to open this summer.
Did you know it's Poison Prevention Week?
No.
We'll have details about that coming right up after the break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Well, before I read the story, I do want to do a shout out to the LGBTQ Health Awareness Week. It's also Poison Prevention Week. And if you're spring cleaning with solutions or working with lawn care products, it's important to think safety first. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Baruch Vertel says some of us make the dangerous mistake of storing chemicals in unlabeled food and beverage containers.
If you look at a bottle such as this, there's no label on it. People may think it's water, or if you use a bottle from a sports drink and you have a colored drink, people may think, that's a drink, and they may not realize that it could be something such as a pesticide, an insecticide, a hydrocarbon, or something of that nature.
Recent research looking at poison control data shows accidental ingestion of a chemical substance stored in an unmarked container is common. The report found the most likely culprits were cleaning products, disinfectants, and hydrocarbons, which are often found in fuels. Dr. Fertel says most of the cases in the study did not lead to serious illness. However, just over 4% of those studied had serious effects, including 23 deaths. He says different substances can cause different injuries when ingested. Some can result in stomach irritation or damage to the airway. The good news is these accidents are easily preventable.
If you're taking a material that needs dilution, if you're moving something from the container that it came into another container, try not to use food containers. If that's all you have available to you, please label them very clearly with a label that won't fade or won't peel off so that someone doesn't accidentally ingest them.
Dr. Fertel says it's important to call poison control right away if you've accidentally ingested any type of chemical substance. Once they know what you've ingested, they can help guide you to an antidote or medical help.
Thinking about adopting a cat? Well, then you should check out our local shelters. Today's Save a Pet brings us down to Desert Haven Animal Society and Darby O'Donnell introducing us to Katarina.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Katarina. Katarina is a Russian blue. She is the grayish color. She has beautiful gold eyes. She is a little sweetheart. She's a little bit shy in the beginning, but all I had to do was just kneel down next to her cage and open up her little door and allow her to come to me, and she's been great. She's purring up a storm. She has a cute little personality. She has all of her shots, and she's ready to go to her forever home. So if you want to come and see Katarina or any of her friends here in the cat room, please call Desert Haven ahead of time to make an appointment. 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler on location for Channel 25 KPVM News. We're on location at 720 East Street, which is right across from the Irene's, right across from the library. It's the new location for Hypno Comics, and they've got quite an event. Going to be right here in the parking lot tomorrow. It's going to be so exciting. They got food, they got music, they got a comic book sale. Sam Jones is going to start signing autographs about 3:30 until everybody's out of line and done. We'll be taking selfies. Sam Jones starred as Flash Gordon in that movie, and you know, when you put a little comic book in front of him and you sign that comic book is worth gold, baby. Bring a couple bucks for Sam Jones. That's how that works. So, all right, good for you. Come on down here. It's going to be great. Saturday, we're going to have beautiful weather. I'll tell you all about the weather to expect when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. How's it going on your Friday? You getting ready for the weekend? Oh man, I'm excited. We're going to have some fun tomorrow in Pahrump down at the Hypno Comics comic book parking lot sale and signing by Sam Jones. Flash Gordon, woohoo! Big fun. Check it out tomorrow, Saturday. Let's take a look at the temperatures. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, you're all checking in about 56 degrees. A little cooler in Tonopah and Goldfield, down about 50s, low 50s, not too great. Beatty, 64 degrees. Amargosa, Las Vegas, checking in at 69. All the way out to Death Valley, 80 degrees for a high today, 54 in here in the paradise of Pahrump, where the air is pure and the grass is irrigated and lush and wonderful. 65 degrees is our current temperature. 66 was as hot as we saw today, and those winds coming out of the north at 18 miles per hour. We were supposed to have clouds today, but those got all blown out, and not too bad. We've got beautiful, clear weather for this weekend. Sun rose this morning at 6:38 a.m. We'll set this evening just a little after 7. Temperatures heading down to about 43 degrees tonight, but that's never mind, because look at tomorrow. Oh, man. What kind of weather are we going to have out in the parking lot at Hypno Comics? 75 degrees, clear skies, kind winds at 9 miles per hour. Sounds pretty good. Look at those temperatures shooting up all the way to 80 degrees by Sunday, Monday. It's going to be glorious. Winds returning on Tuesday will kick the temperatures down about 13 degrees, but then we crawl back up. And then look at next Friday, all the way up to 85 degrees. It's feeling like summer around here. And I'm looking forward to that. Yay. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on the other side. Back to the desk. It's Missy and Deanna.
Looks like it's going to be a good day for the neighborhood cleanup.
It is going to be a good day for the neighborhood cleanup. Join us, please. We got to clean up the living room, right?
Yes, yes. So we're going to clean up tomorrow, and that is from 9 until 1 p.m. We're going to have pizza afterwards, sponsored by Little Caesars. Of course, you meet us down at the Bob Roode Community Center right there on the corner of Basin Avenue and Highway 160. We meet there probably about 8:30, talk about where we'd like to clean up. And bring the family, bring friends, bring your groups. We provide, of course, the water, gloves, and trash bags. And we need people with trucks and trailers so that we can pick up the shopping carts, because we always want to make sure that they get returned to the stores as well. And if you want more information, go to the Pahrump Neighborhood Cleanup Facebook page. And, of course, you can message us from there if you have any other questions. Also, we're just going to do this because we got to get it done. COVID's kind of held us down for a little while on doing some things. We are excited to be opening back up. I heard about Jim Butler Days in Tonopah today. Things are happening.
You know what's cool about Cleanup Day, too, is it's instant gratification. Things look better right away.
It is. So we definitely need you down there. Please come on down, 9 to 1. We're going to meet at the Bob Roode Community Center. We have Reva Braun out there from the Kiwanis Club signing up everybody right underneath the blue tarp. Come on down and help us clean up. All right. That's going to do it for this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Have a safe weekend.
See you back here on Monday.